Okay, so area of a trapezoid, our formula, area is equal to the height times base 1 plus base 2, and all of this divided by 2. Now, super important, okay, your height, well, let's talk about the bases first. Base 1 and 2 are always parallel to each other. All right, you remember, what do parallel lines mean? That's right. That's right. You remember my joke. They have so much in common, it's a shame they'll never meet. They don't ever cross each other. Your parallel lines are like train tracks, okay? So they will never touch each other. They will just go side by side the same distance the whole way, all right? Your bases on your trapezoid will always be parallel lines, okay? And it does not matter which one is base 1 or which one is base 2. The reason is, when we look at our formula, I'm adding. So is 1 plus 2 the same thing as 2 plus 1?
Yeah.
Yes. What property tells me that? Commutative. Very good. What's the commutative property of addition? So, sorry. So because of that property, it doesn't matter which one you put first. Okay? So your bases are always parallel lines. The cool thing about a trapezoid is your bases will always be different measurements. What shape would I have if my bases were the same?
A square.
A square or a rectangle. That's right. So my bases will always be different measurements. They will never be the same. Yeah, or a parallelogram. Okay? So let's look, our height. Your height, remember, we're going to measure straight up and down. Okay? Our height will always connect my two bases, and it will connect them with a right angle. All right? So they are perpendicular. Our height is perpendicular to both bases. All right? I always like to kind of think on a trapezoid, my height is the thing that could turn it into an H. All right? So it's the little middle section that connects both of your bases. Okay? All right, so let's plug this in and see how it works. What is the first thing I'm going to write?
Area equals
Formula. Height times base 1 plus base 2 divided by 2. So looking at this trapezoid, which one is my height? 7. Okay, remember it's connecting the two bases, so we have 7. Okay, what are my two bases?
7 and 11.
Okay, 11 plus 7 divided by 2. Now, when you're writing this, I want you to write that formula, like as you're plugging numbers in, write the whole thing every time. Because what was happening, or what I'm noticing, a lot of people, when they get to the end, they either forget to divide by 2 or forget to multiply because they haven't been bringing those numbers down as you go. All right? So, order of operations tells me I'm going to do what first? Parentheses. So, what is 11 plus 7?
18.
Okay? So, 18 divided by 2. Okay? Now, what am I going to do next? Multiply. Okay? So, what is 18 times 7?
36.
What'd you get?
126.
126. So, area is equal to 26, divided by 2. 63. Okay? And that is feet squared. Yeah, and that's all you're doing. You're plugging in.
Easier than it looks. It's too many.
Okay? All right, let's try the next one together. So, area is equal to height times base 1 plus base 2 divided by 2. All right, what is my height on this one? 6. And you see how it can be part of your trapezoid? It doesn't have to be a separate line they've drawn. Okay? It can be part of the actual shape. So 6 times, what's my bases?
7.5 and 5.
Yep. And divided by 2. So I'm going to add next. What would that give me?
12.5.
Very good. I'm going to come over here since I ran out of room. Okay. And at this point, we're going to multiply. 6 times 12.5. 75. And then the last thing we're going to do is divide by 2, which would be 37.5, and that is inches squared. Good.
This was much easier.
This one's actually a lot better than yesterday.
You think so?
Really hard. I found those the hardest.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's.
Why didn't you video it and show the video?
Yeah.
You did? Yeah, you're
She didn't show the look, y'all know.
Let's remember, I am recording right now.
Sorry.
Let's look at the next one. Here we go. Okay. Actually, let's do this. I'm actually going to freeze the video here for just a second. You guys quietly do the next one on your own. And remember, it's still videoing. I want you to I'm going to work mine while you do yours, and then let's check it.
Alright. Will you ever have to find like the height or the base of this?
Yes. And I'll tell you about that later. It's not so bad because you're just going to go backwards again. So you would still multiply by 2. You'll typically have both of your bases. So you'll add those together and then just divide. So you'll have your bases. Hang on, I can't hear you.
Does it matter which one is base 1 and which one?
No, it does not. You can use either of those interchangeably. Yeah, that's exactly it. When you have a formula, all you're doing is changing numbers each time.
Someone should change the numbers.
Okay, sounds like we are finished. I'm going to unfreeze mine. All right, let's go over this one together. Here we go. So, plugging in 4 for our height. Our bases are 6.3 and 3.6, and of course divided by 2. I add those two together, get 9.9. Okay, multiply that by 4, that gives us 39.6, and then divide by 2. So you should end up with 19.8 meters squared. Okay? Alright, so what I want to do at this point, I'm actually going to stop the video.